As you can all tell, something is missing right now. Something is missing, and it's very, very obvious. And that would be my YTWFXTG Championship belt. On the last FBXW show, I was in a match with I Love to Rant, and I dominated that match. And after the match, I was attacked by Mrs. Collier. She put her hands on me. This is the second time, FBXW, that this has happened. And not only that, but also a crime was committed against me. Mrs. Collier not only attacked me, but also stole my YTWFXTG Championship belt. And I'm surprised that the FBXW management allowed this to happen. And furthermore, that someone else other than Collier was involved in this. That would be the commentator named Ivana. Ivana got in the way when I was going to get my belt back from Mrs. Collier. That's all I was going to do. I was going to go up, I was going to snatch that belt away because it is mine, not hers. But Ivana stood in the way. I deem that to be unprofessional. You are a commentator. You are not a competitor. You do not stick your nose in matches or in situations that do not involve the commentary team. So I think that the FBXW management needs to reprimand or punish Ivana for this. And I thought of three different ideas. One, suspend Ivana and fine her. Two, fire Ivana. Or three, and this is my personal favorite, put Ivana in a match. In a match against an opponent of my choosing. Pick your poison, if you will. And I already have someone in mind for Ivana to face. Someone that I've just been watching their matches and seeing how they handle competitors. And that would be Diane Diesel, because I think Ivana needs to learn exactly what every competitor in FBXW goes through when they step in that ring. And I know Ivana does not like me. She made that perfectly clear on the commentary. But she stuck her nose in a situation that she should have stayed out of. To Mrs. Collier, back to this situation. You currently have my YTWFXTG belt. And I'm going to ask, no, I'm going to demand that you return that belt to me at the next FBXW show. And Britt Wigger, this is on you too. You need to make sure that that belt is returned to me, its rightful owner. Because otherwise it's a slap in the face to that belt to have it stolen. To have somebody else parading around with my property. I am a big name star. I came to the FBXW. I brought my brothers to FBXW. And this is how I am treated. Slapped in the face, attacked, and then having things stolen from me. That's not the way you treat your big name stars. That is not how you treat an E-Fed legend. And ever since that belt was stolen, Ooh, it's becoming very, very hard. Very, very difficult to maintain composure and not go off the rails. Because I know that certain things would lead to severe repercussions. However, I have some ideas. First off, we're going to try to do this diplomatically. But I've also got a plan B, which if this certain way right now doesn't pan out, because I'll wait to see how management will handle this, and if they do the right thing. But if FBXW management won't do the right thing, then I'm going to have to take matters into my own hands with plan B. And I'm just going to leave all the FBXW guessing what plan B is. And I see that Mrs. Collier has some things to say. She mentioned that I have an enemy in Crow the Omega. That is correct, Mrs. Collier, but you seem to forget one underlying fact. I ran Crow's ass out of FBXW. You will never see him in FBXW again. Because I defeated him. I broke Crow the Omega. Physically and mentally. Because now he's in another E-Federation. He is in RCW. And he said he has to find himself. That the loss to me has just weighed heavily on him. You know, I could have told everybody that I would beat Crow the Omega. Because not only did I defeat him, break him, I've also tarnished his legacy in other places. So, that's what I did to Crow. And Mrs. Collier, you gotta ask yourself, if I'm willing to do that to Crow, who is an arch nemesis, how far would I go against the disciples? Because I can't do anything to you, but I can do stuff to I Love to Rant and Mr. Collier. And Mrs. Collier, I do have a word of advice. If you think that having that TG belt is going to have some kind of effect on me negatively and going to positively help your career, then you got it all wrong. You see, as long as you have something of mine, I'll be keeping a very close eye on you. And I've got a lot of ways to go about this, but I'm gonna see if Britt Wigger / Steve steps up and does the right thing as a boss / owner and makes sure that my belt gets returned unharmed. In the meantime, though, if I don't get my belt back, then I may just have to take a trip down to the Palace of Wisdom, House of Gold, and take one of my numerous championships off the mantle, just as the time being, to let everybody know that I am a champion. And a champion needs to have their championship belt. And now one more person that I've got to address. And that would be the franchise player, Chris Michaels. Chris Michaels, you accepted my challenge for that YTWFXTG championship a while back. But when you accepted and I threw down the challenge, that was weeks before any of this other stuff happened. Right now, I currently do not have possession of my TG Championship. So, with that being said, I'm afraid I'm sorry to inform you. I regret to inform you that that match will have to be put on hold because even FBXW management will have to wait until this whole situation pans out and I get back my property. Obviously, I can't defend the title belt that's been stolen from me, and it was stolen. And I think that also, with the belt being stolen, I'm owed an apology now for that belt being stolen. It was highway robbery, and I'm starting to wonder, I'm thinking that maybe this was a setup by Mrs. Collier all along. Having me face I Love to Rant in what everybody would perceive as a regular main event match. And this is not only on Mrs. Collier, Ivana, and Britt Wigger, but it's also on FBXW's management for not making sure that the title belt was in a secure place during my match. After the match, I wanted to get it, but I saw it being taken off. I saw Mrs. Collier make a mad dash to leave the arena with my property. Now my brothers in the Lethal Syndicate, they're going for the tag team title belts while I am embarking to get back my title belt. Because as soon as I get that back, then I can start focusing on cashing in. Because, mark my words, I will become your future FBXW champion. I don't care who it is that I have to cash in on. But when I cash in, I'll have that belt around my waist. And I see the current champion is Barney Green. I've seen many of his matches. I've been studying him. And I've studied a lot of the competition in FBXW. But first things first, I need my belt back. So Britt Wigger, I hope you do the right thing. I hope that for FBXW's sake, Britt Wigger does the right thing. Otherwise, I'm gonna start taking out my aggressions on everyone in the locker room. Everyone except for my brothers. So, as of now, I'm demanding my belt back and giving a warning to Britt Wigger to, for once in your life, step up, grow a pair, and do the right thing by getting me my belt back, and don't force my hand into putting Plan B into action, because I guarantee you that will not be very pretty. And also, you need to punish Ivana. She needs to realize that when she's on commentary, she needs to sit her butt down, sit at the commentary table, call the commentary. Do not get involved in the professionals' business unless you want to step inside the ring. And in which case, you're more than welcome to become an active competitor. So, I'm not going to be giving the normal plug for 1-800-LIS for me right now. Because quite frankly, I'm not in the mood. Because that belt needs to be returned. So FBXW management, I'm leaving the ball in your court for now. Do not make me have to take matters into my own hands.